Okay, so my name is Tomasz Umbras and I'm a Polish designer and artist. I graduated from Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw. And I will start with a short introduction of my collection that maybe works a little bit as a manifesto. The project is called Return of the Witch. Return of the Witch presents a world dedicated to misunderstood creatures that can't live among humans. I'm looking for a new interpretation of witch as a symbol of an outcast. I connect the surreal world of animals and humans. This way, I am imagining the idea of a new species. My project is a reinterpretation of history. I try to imagine what could have happened to a witch after her death. This collection connects the past with the future while questioning our evolution and identity. I present seamless felted sculptural garments that challenge the perception of our bodies and become a healing armor. My project is a celebration of surreal, enigmatic, and bizarre energy of nature. So here is the little mood board that I've created while imagining the character that represents my collection. And it's important for me to use the textiles and fashion for storytelling. So I take a lot of inspiration from history and create those characters and give them a new life. I was looking for beauty in places that might seem bizarre, surreal, or even scary. And I was trying to create this new species, as I mentioned before, something between human and animal. The witch from my collection, after her death, I believe that she doesn't go back to the world of humans. She goes back to the world of animals where she finds peace. And I started creating wet felted garments that change the proportions of the body, and with the thickness and heaviness of the wool, it becomes almost like this healing armor, like a shell or a vessel for a body where you become something completely new. I was looking also for those connections between humans and animals, like the marks during the pregnancy on our belly reminded me, for example, of the lines that appear on animal skins. And this connection between life and death seems very poetic to me and very surreal, this connection. So this is something that I was exploring later on with my prints and my shapes on the felting. A very important part of my research was finding this very interesting technique of treatment used to heal burn wounds with fish skin. When I was looking at photos from the hospitals of people being covered in this fish skin, they didn't look like humans anymore. They looked like hybrids, half human, half animal, humans being covered in this surreal animalistic texture. And I started understanding this as healing means going back to our primitive form of the animal. Healing is about forgetting our human identity. So the process of healing in my collection is not necessarily only physical, but it's about a spiritual healing. And here is the process of creating the garments. I used wet felting technique, as you can see here on the bottom. And then I used the mannequins that I sculpted myself and molded the garments on top of them. And then through the technique of needle felting, I was able to create those painting-like prints with wool that resemble this animalistic energy and while also becoming part of the human body. I experimented quite a lot with using silk, chiffon, and organza mixed with wool, but not through sewing it, but through felting it. So it's just one organic piece of textile that doesn't require any sewing. It was also important for me to use wool that is sourced from Poland, and that's what I did. And it was important for me that there would be no offcuts, so the felting technique was perfect for that. And here are some examples of the process and exploring this surreal organic symmetry. in my works. I also worked with accessories such as hats and shoes. And for example, here we can see this fingerless glove that goes into the silk chiffon, but it's felted into it. So there is no sewing required, but it's all felted.
It's time, Tomasz.
Okay, I will just in 10 seconds just maybe scroll through the photos, and thank you very much. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tomasz.